4 wins. 26 races. A lead nobody could touch. Denny Hamlin did everything the sport asked of him, and somewhere in a boardroom, while he was still racing for it, the trophy he was chasing was quietly erased. He does not know it yet. He is still racing for something that, by the time he crosses the next finish line, will no longer exist in the form he thinks it does. Here is the number that started it all, 68 points. That is how far Denny Hamlin leads the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series standings over every other driver in the field. Here is the second number, 3.64. That is his average finish on non-drafting oval tracks this season, a level of consistency the sport has not seen from a single driver since 1977. Whatever that number means, nobody has touched it in 49 years. And here is a line Hamlin himself said out loud, on his own podcast, before most fans even knew what had happened: "They don't want me to be a champion." What did they take from him? Stick around, because it gets worse before it gets better. Before we go further, if this channel is new to you, this is NASCAR Racing World, and we are closing in on 500 subscribers. If breakdowns like this one help you actually understand what is happening behind the headlines, hitting subscribe, dropping a like, and leaving a comment genuinely helps this channel grow. Your support is what allows us to keep digging into stories like this one instead of just repeating the headline. Now, back to Hamlin. Let's unpack what actually happened. Denny Hamlin, now 44 years old, is in the middle of the best regular season of his career. 4 race wins. A 68-point cushion over the rest of the field. And that 3.64 average finish on non-drafting ovals, a mark that puts him in the same sentence as Richard Petty, who last posted a comparable number back in 1977, in an era of racing that bears almost no resemblance to today's cars, tracks, or competition. By every measurable standard, this is the Hamlin season fans have waited 2 decades to see. But here is the twist. As part of NASCAR's off-season overhaul, the regular season championship has been abolished entirely. There is no trophy. There is no formal title. The driver who finishes atop the standings after 26 races is now simply labeled the top playoff seed. That is it. Hamlin addressed this directly on his own show. His co-host, Jared, reacted almost instantly, calling it, in his words, "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard." Hamlin followed that up with the line that has since spread across every NASCAR outlet covering the story: "It's incredible. The one time you win the regular season, they get rid of it." Now let's talk about why this stings so much, because the math behind it is where the real story lies. Under the old system, playoff points earned through race wins and stage victories carried over into the postseason. Those points built real separation. A driver like Hamlin, dominating the regular season the way he has, would enter the playoffs with a meaningful, protected advantage over the field. Under the new format, that entire mechanism disappears. The regular season leader now starts the playoffs with 2,100 points, which amounts to roughly a 25-point cushion over the rest of the field. Compare that to the value of a 68-point lead built over 9 months of racing. 9 months of dominance, reduced to a fraction of what it used to be worth, gone in a single announcement. To be fair to NASCAR, this was not built specifically to punish Hamlin. NASCAR President Steve O'Donnell explained the reasoning behind the change directly, and it traces back to last year's championship finale at Phoenix Raceway. In that race, Hamlin led 208 laps, dominating the field for almost the entire distance, only to lose the title to Kyle Larson, who did not lead a single lap that day. A late caution flag flew for a crash involving William Byron. Teams scrambled to pit road. Larson's team took 2 tires while Hamlin's crew took 4, and that difference in pit strategy decided the championship in a 2-lap overtime sprint. O'Donnell described that weekend bluntly: "Going into Phoenix was a hold-your-breath moment." He went on to say the sport recognized that Larson won the title fairly under the rules that existed, but questioned whether that format was truly the best one available going forward. Even Larson himself, in the aftermath, admitted, "There's definitely a large piece of me that feels really bad and sad, about how the title was decided. So here is the irony sitting underneath this entire story. Hamlin was hurt by the old playoff system last November, losing a championship he had clearly earned on the track. Now, one off-season later, he is being hurt again, this time by the very fix NASCAR built in response to what happened to him. He got burned by the old system, and now he is getting burned by the cure for it. This story did not stay contained to podcasts and press conferences. It spilled directly onto social media, and the reaction from fans has been split down the middle. When the rule changes were first made public, Hamlin posted a 2-word reaction on X that set off an entire wave of confusion among his followers. Denny Hamlin wrote, "LOL. Wow." He offered no further explanation. Fans immediately flooded the replies trying to figure out what he meant. One fan simply wrote, "What?" Another followed with, "What happened?" A third added, "What did I miss?" Nobody outside the garage fully understood the shift in real time, and that confusion became its own story. On the other side of the debate, there is a real contingent of fans who believe this change is exactly what the sport needed. Their argument centers on the idea that a smaller points cushion forces closer racing deep into the playoffs, rather than allowing one driver to coast on an insurmountable regular season lead. They point to years where the champion barely had to compete in the final stretch of the season as evidence that the old system rewarded the wrong kind of dominance. It is, at its core, a 50-50 split. Team Hamlin, who sees this as a title stripped away before it could even be claimed, against Team New Format, who sees this as a necessary correction for a sport that needs its championship race to matter every single week. So where does this leave things heading into the back half of the season? There are two paths sitting in front of Denny Hamlin, and neither one is decided yet. In one version, he takes that slimmer 25-point cushion, treats it as motivation rather than injustice, and finally closes out the title at Homestead Miami Speedway in November, ending 2 decades of near misses once and for all. In the other version, the same story repeats itself. One bad caution flag, one mistimed pit call, one strange bounce of fortune, and the championship slips through his fingers again, just like it did at Phoenix last year. So is this the year the sport finally hands Denny Hamlin the trophy he has chased for 20 years, or is it simply another year where the sport finds a brand new way to take it from him before he can ever hold it? Drop your answer in the comments. Are you Team Hamlin, or Team New Format? And if you found this breakdown useful, do more than just watch it. Comment your take, share it with another NASCAR fan who needs to understand this format change, and hit subscribe so you catch the follow-up once the playoffs actually begin. If you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns like this, you'll like what's coming next.